It's time now for a look at local sports and sports. The high school basketball teams are in action this weekend, both Friday and Saturday evenings, as the regular season is quickly winding to a close. Our Jackets will be on the road Friday, taking on region opponent New Hampstead. They'll be at home Saturday for homecoming night at the Benny Ratliff Arena. On Saturday, during the halftime of the girls' varsity game, Wayne County High School will crown its king and court. Always draws a big crowd. Again, that's this Saturday at the Benny Ratliff Arena. The homecoming festivities take place at halftime of the girls' varsity game, which will begin Saturday at 5 p.m. Lady Jackets currently tied for first in the region with Burke County. Teams did not play each other as they split the two games home and home. If it remains a tie at the end of the season, the coin flip will determine the 1 and 2 seeds into the tournament, which will be played at the boys' number 1 seed, which is currently New Hampstead, who the Jackets play Friday night at New Hampstead. Varsity soccer season gets underway this afternoon. The Jackets head to Hinesville to take on Braddock Institute. Girls match this afternoon at 5. The boys match at 7. The swim team was in action Tuesday over in Appling County. Here are some of the highlights from the swim results for Wayne County. Jet Townsend first place in the 50 freestyle, second place in the 100 freestyle. Anthony Coronilla first place in the 200 freestyle, second place in the 500 freestyle. George Breed fifth place in the 100 breaststroke. Rhea Manning fifth place in the 100 breaststroke. The girls relay team came in sixth place in the 200 freestyle relay. Ella Geiger, Lily Lewis, Alyssa Johnson, and Rhea Manning. The girls relay team came in sixth place in 200 medley relay. Sarah Vera Cal, Rhea Manning, Alyssa Johnson, and Ella Geiger. High school baseball season right around the corner with a scrimmage set for Thursday, February 8th in Long County, and the regular season getting underway Monday, February 12th at the game on the road at Appling County. Coaches and players have been practicing daily, getting prepared for the season. We stopped by Wednesday's practice, checked in with head coach Justin McDonald.
Here, baseball practice coach Justin McDonald. Coach, it's started. I'm just curious. The weather seems to be a factor. When do you determine if you can go out tonight? Today was a good day, temperature up to the 70s, but before that, it's been pretty cold. So, is there a temperature gauge? Did you decide whether you're going inside or outside?
I know a couple of those days we decided quickly we wasn't going outside. Just because of, obviously we want to keep our guys healthy too, going into a long season, and it's been up and down. When it gets close to January and people start saying it's baseball season, my response is always it's not cold enough yet. And as you saw, as soon as it got the time to get going, it was extremely cold. But we can have more days like we got today, and the forecast this weekend with some rain. But again, our home run club did an outstanding job of putting some resources in to get our hit facility back. That's something that we've kind of lacked on, and getting that thing back to where it should be. And we got one of the best hit facilities now in the state of Georgia, I can assure you, inside. So again, we'll use that as well. I mean, we're able to scrimmage in there now the way the nets are set up. So obviously we'll use that on rain days or cold weather days, so there won't be no days off here.
Well, the excitement's building. Last year, another region title, another quarterfinal appearance, a lot of starters back, but part of the team that's gone is the middle infield. Aiden Hall and Jackson Dolan both graduated. Your shortstop and second baseman, so that's one area that has to be filled, and like I said, that's an important part of the team.
That is, and obviously there's a lot of sophomores that are going to compete for those spots, and there's two of them, and our whole infield really we got to find guys that can fill those spots, and first base has some returners, but third is one that we got to look at some options there too, but. Everything is dictated by who's on the mound and kind of getting people in the right situations. And, it's going to be a work in progress. We're going to get to some inter squads here towards the end of this week and start kind of figuring this thing out. And, as I tell our guys all the time, that lineup we put out there for game one is never the one you put out there in game one of the playoffs. So, it's a transition or it's a work in progress throughout the year. And, I think the one thing we do have here this year is there's going to be great competition at practice and competition throughout the season. Guys competing to get time, and it's going to be tough. It's tough for me. I want them to make my job difficult to make that lineup, and I can see it being very difficult coming up the start of the season.
One thing you do have plenty of is pitching. A lot of arms coming back. A lot of kids saw a lot of playing time on the mound last year, so. Should be a good season pitching wise.
Yeah, we got this is probably in my tenure here. This is probably one of the most, I guess, the depth we have on a pitching staff since I've been here. And there's a lot of guys that you can keep running them out, and we always get into those playoff situations, and you say you wish you had one more. And I think this year we have one more, maybe two or three more. So you got some guys, some big heavy hitters that are gonna come in and kind of lead the way, and then you got guys that can come in the bullpen and the roles are going to find themselves. I do know the one thing we have to do better this year, that if we don't do better, then we won't get the end result we want, is we can't put guys on free passes and based on balls and hit by pitches. We were way extremely too many last year and kind of put ourselves in terrible situations and had to work out of them. And, you look at the number of walks and hit by pitches we have last year, and you look at where we ended up at the end of the season, you would have said there's no way a team could get there and do that. So, that's something that we're taking pride in now. We're trying to get to that 70% rate on their bullpens, and we got very few that are getting there right now. But again, work in progress, and that is, we want guys that throw strikes, and we play defense behind them, and keep the tempo of the game going. So we're excited about where we're at, and we've had 2 great practices back to back here right now, and we got to stack those together and continue to get better.
Okay, Coach, we'll continue to check in with you. Season right around the corner. Wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
And once again, those comments, head coach Justin McDonald again, WIFO fam set to bring you all 30 varsity games home and away this season. Our first broadcast Monday, February 12th in Appleton County. That game time 6 p.m. Reminder, the Wayne County Recreation Department is taking sign-ups for baseball, softball, track, and tennis and golf. The deadline is February 7th. If you want to sign your child up, stop by the rec department or call the office at 912-427-5915. In the NFL, the LA Chargers have hired Michigan head coach Jim Harbaugh to be their next head football coach. So he heads back to the NFL, where he had a lot of success, leading the 49ers to 3 NFC title games and a trip to the Super Bowl, where the Niners lost to his brother's team, the Baltimore Ravens. Atlanta's still interviewing candidates. They've had 2 interviews with former New England coach Bill Belichick. Word in Atlanta, though, is that most of the front office personnel did not want them to hire Belichick, as they know that he'll be in total control. One man that seems to want him, however, is owner Arthur Blank, and the Falcons expect to make an announcement in the next several days on who their next coach will be. NFL playoffs down to championship Sunday. Winners head to the Super Bowl 58, which is set for Las Vegas on Sunday, February 11th. This Sunday at 3 p.m., the AFC title game, Kansas City at Baltimore. NFC game at 6:30, the Detroit Lions at San Francisco. We'll have the picks on Friday's Sportscast. That's going to do it for latest in local sports.